Turn your intention inward. How you become you. What causes you to become you? What causes the silent energy that animates your organs to express themselves specifically in the thoughts, the words, and the actions that you know as yourself? What we're observing is a force, an energy, a being. The energy that lives in the entire cosmos. It lives everywhere, including inside of us. That energy, the same energy that becomes all the other things in the universe, when it becomes human, it becomes conscious of itself. So observe that energy and realize the complex system of planets and stars that was designed specifically to allow for this organism to exist. What we receive from the planets is what creates our biology, the internal behavior of our organs. And so a human being, just like any other plant or animal, is constantly being fed different energies, different vibrations, different types of rays, so that we can maintain being ourselves. So observe the result of this most basic wisdom that runs reality. The result is your capacity to think and observe. So observe this energy and realize that this energy is the energy of the Creator. You're observing the energy of the Creator becoming human. The same energy that's inside of you now was inside somebody else yesterday. The air we breathe is constantly changing between us, and we live in that air. It's part of our biology. It's the container of the spirits. And so constantly the same energy is creating itself as all these different things. And one of these different things is you. So observe the wonder of what was created. Become curious about how this operates. What causes it to be one way or another way? Why do different people understand it so differently? And so by observing this energy, you come to realize that the wisdom that creates everything is not only outside of you, but also, and most importantly, inside of you. And so you are observing, but what you're observing was designed by some intelligence that's beyond your knowledge, beyond your perception. So that intelligence designed as he pleased. And we are students of his design. We're not here to correct him. We're here to align with his will. And so realize the area of your control, and everything else is him. And then realize that the area of your control is also him. But there, he is dressed up as you. So realize the wonder, realize the greatness of a being that can conceive and conceptualize while it lives in physical matter. Biology can convert concept into matter. Realize the power of the one that made you. And realize that you are him because there's nothing other than he made. So return all thoughts to the one who is creating them, so that the one who is creating them can realize that he is creating those thoughts. And simply observe the reality that is unfolding in front of you without any legitimate explanation of why it's doing so. There's no science, there's no descriptions that we can find that will explain to us why the being that we're observing within is doing what it's doing. And so realize the power of your thoughts to interpret what it means to be you. Because from there, everything else will happen. Based on how you interpret you, you will act, you will think, you will talk, you will believe even. That's the most dangerous one. to come back to the place where you're not creating anything, so you can realize how much you've been creating. And when there's no thought, we're simply observing. Who are we observing? We're observing the wonder of the Creator. The Creator that created our capacity to think within a physical body. And this Creator, we can only learn to trust without understanding, because we simply don't understand ourselves. So how can we understand Him? But we can trust Him because He managed to create us somehow, and it's working. So He must know what He's doing. Now, if it's not going right, the question becomes, do we know what we're doing? Have we received information that caused us to believe things that are creating conflict within reality? Because then His design dictates that if we create conflict, we create suffering, so that we stop creating conflict. This is a legitimate part of the design. That when we're doing it wrong, it doesn't feel good. So return to the safety of trusting the one that created you. Why should you trust Him? Because look, He created you. Aren't you impressed? Bring yourself back to that place where you're observing the wonder of what He created. So then your thoughts, your words, and your actions will be guided by His design. If you're simply observing the wonder, then those observations are Him. That's His design you're observing. You're observing the truth. You're aligning with the truth. You're becoming a vessel for His light. So realize the truth about the force of life, about the life that lives in all, the life that is all the energies that get created by the entire cosmos. They're alive. They're alive because they think. Where do they think? Inside the human brain. That's where the cosmos thinks. So observe the wonder of the one who created all. Observe the wonder of all the different stars and planets that sync together in order to make you possible. Observe the wonder of how a physical object can think. And not only can it think, but it will feel what it thinks. Its entire reality, its entire biology will change based on those thoughts, so that it can experience the thoughts as if they are real. Observe the wonder of how once this object can think, it creates an identity for itself and is constantly fighting to protect it. Observe the wonder of a system that is much larger than we can imagine. Trillions upon trillions of giant planets and stars and gases that are beyond anything that we can even count. All together are creating the opportunity that you are currently experiencing. So how would one imagine a human being is supposed to feel? Certainly not how we feel, but maybe we can get a little closer, because if we do, then we'll gain the intelligence that a human being deserves. Because the way we feel reports to our biology how hostile is the environment. The more hostile the environment, the less we want to have intelligence. The more painful understanding the real nature of reality will become. And so allow yourself to return from the circumstances and the stories created by humanity, and return to the energy systems created by the source, so that you can see who you're relying on, who has your back, why are you safe. It's not because of anything outside of you. Nothing outside of you can give you any safety whatsoever. You're only safe because of the one who dwells inside of you. The one who dwells inside of you is receiving from a higher source, a source that is available everywhere. So return to the realization of your nature. Unite with yourself as one, without interpretation, without describing anything in your perception. Don't have any image, any description of what you need to be in order to accept yourself. Everything you do because you were designed to do it, not because of any image. any pressure that we place on the nervous system that's not natural will have side effects. The longer we do it, the more the nervous system gets strained because it wasn't designed to be that way. And that indicates that we are worshiping something foreign, something that's not within our nature, something that wasn't designed by the one who designed us. So return to unite as yourself, within yourself, protected by the very force that created you and sustains you. And find comfort only there, because that's the true place of safety. Any other safety can disappear. And then if the nervous system was relying on that safety in order to feel safe, when it disappears, there's going to be an adjustment that might be unpleasant. So in order to avoid damage to the nervous system, find your comfort in the source that creates you. Find your safety in the one who decided that you are here. We don't need to identify him any more than that. We don't need to know what he looks like. We don't even need to know what he wants from us. All we know is that he created us, and therefore he wants us to be here, and therefore we trust him to do with us as his wisdom designed and designated, because one who knows what he knows is the one that understands what we really want and what we really need. No one else knows. Everybody's been guessing for a very long time, but it's become quite obvious that nobody knows. And so return. Don't assume that nobody knows, but maybe you know, just return. Return to observing so that you can become more of yourself, because this is what you have to give. This is what you have to experience and to become and to realize is yourself. That's the only thing. Everything outside might help you or it might distract you. But the goal of everything outside is, did it make you realize yourself more? Can you now be more of yourself? Because that's the ingredient that you're meant to bring to this world. Only that. You can't bring anything else. So to do your duty on this planet better, bring more of yourself, as much as you can get. Bring more of yourself by feeling safe, by being confident in what you're doing. Be confident by observing in silence so that you can learn what is real. So unite as one within your own heart, so you can remember your own nature.